The world of cinema has lost one of its most luminous stars, Robert Redford, a man whose life was a remarkable journey of creativity, endurance, and profound humanity. On September 16, 2025, at the age of 89, Redford passed away quietly in his home in Sundance, Utah, leaving a void not only in the hearts of his family and friends, but also in the very fabric of the film industry and the countless lives he touched through his work, his mentorship, and his unwavering commitment to art. For more than 6 decades, Robert Redford was more than an actor, director, or producer. He was a living embodiment of cinematic passion, a figure who defined eras, inspired generations, and carried with him a sense of grace and authenticity that few in Hollywood could match. His presence on the screen was magnetic, yet behind the accolades, the awards, and the glamour, he was a man who understood deeply the fragility of life, the inevitability of loss, and the power of resilience. He won the Academy Award for directing the deeply human and heartbreaking film Ordinary People, a film that reflected his ability to explore the delicate intricacies of human emotion, grief, and redemption. He founded the Sundance Film Festival, a groundbreaking platform that elevated independent voices and transformed the landscape of modern cinema, creating a space where daring, innovative, and authentic storytelling could thrive. These achievements, while monumental, tell only part of the story of Robert Redford's life, for behind every triumph lay a journey of profound personal struggle, quiet determination, and moments of heartbreak that shaped him into the man the world came to admire and revere. Born in Santa Monica, California, in 1936, Redford's early years were marked by both challenge and discovery. Raised during the shadow of the Great Depression, he grew up in a modest household in Van Nuys, Wes. Ere the values of perseverance, humility, and hard work were instilled in him by his parents. From a young age, he faced adversity that would have daunted many. A bout with polio left him temporarily paralyzed, forcing him to confront the fear and vulnerability of immobility, and instilling in him an early understanding of resilience, patience, and the value of small victories. His mother, a steady and quiet presence, nurtured him through these early struggles, offering care, comfort, and encouragement that would remain with him throughout his life. The death of his mother, when he was just 18, dealt him a devastating blow, leaving an emptiness that would linger as he ventured into adulthood, a grief that he carried quietly even as he pursued fame and recognition. As a young man, Redford struggled to find his direction. He briefly attended the University of Colorado on a sports scholarship, only to lose it to the lure of alcohol and youthful rebellion. It was a period of wandering, both literal and metaphorical, as he sought purpose, identity, and meaning. He spent years traveling across Europe, sketching, painting, and walking vast distances, observing life with the sensitivity and curiosity that would later inform his work as an artist and filmmaker. These travels were not merely recreational. They were a period of self-discovery, reflection, and preparation for the life he would eventually lead in the arts. He learned to embrace solitude, to find inspiration in the natural world, and to channel his experiences into creativity. Returning to New York in his mid-20s, Redford immersed himself in the study of painting at Pratt Institute and acting at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, balancing his passion for visual arts with the emerging talent for performance. He began taking small television roles and theater parts, often dismissed as too handsome for our serious dramatic work, yet his determination and discipline slowly carved a path toward recognition. Broadway offered his first taste of acclaim with Neil Simon's Barefoot in the Park, where his charm, timing, and vulnerability shone through, capturing attention and hinting at the depth that would later define his cinematic career. Redford's rise in Hollywood was meteoric yet hard-won, a blend of talent, charisma, and relentless perseverance. His performances in films such as Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid solidified his place as a leading man, portraying the clever, daring, and charismatic Sundance Kid with a subtlety that revealed both confidence and vulnerability. In The Sting, he portrayed Johnny Hooker with a wit, intelligence, and charm that delighted audiences, and in All the President's Men, he embodied Bob Woodward with a quiet intensity that reflected his commitment to truth, integrity, and the moral complexities of journalism. In The Way We Were, he became the romantic partner whose chemistry and emotional depth made audiences feel the pain, longing, and beauty of love lost and found. These roles were more than performances. They were reflections of a man who understood the complexity of human emotion, the imperfection of life, and the importance of authenticity in storytelling. Yet behind the applause and acclaim, Redford carried with him private grief, invisible wounds, and the weight of personal loss, which would shape his approach to both life and art. His personal life was as rich and complex as his professional achievements. His first marriage to Lola Van Wagenen brought him companionship and love, yet it was marked by heartbreak. The loss of their firstborn, Scott, in infancy, was a tragedy that left deep scars, and years later, their son Jamie endured life-threatening illness and surgeries that tested Redford's resolve as a parent. In those moments, he balanced the public scrutiny of fame with the private terror of hospital rooms, often ring love, support, and encouragement while navigating grief and uncertainty. The sorrow he carried from these losses never left him, but it deepened his empathy, informed his art, and shaped his understanding of love, family, and human resilience. Later in life, his marriage to Sybil Sagers offered him sanctuary, a quiet partnership in which he could reflect, heal, and continue to create, showing that love and connection could endure even after immense suffering. Redford's contributions to cinema extended far beyond his acting. His directorial debut with Ordinary People was a bold testament to his courage, exploring grief, familial conflict, and the fragile complexity of human emotion with honesty and sensitivity. Winning the Academy Award for Best Director, he proved that his vision was not limited to performance alone, but encompassed the power to guide, nurture, and inspire others in the creation of meaningful art. In 1981, he founded the Sundance Film Festival, a revolutionary platform that transformed independent filmmaking, offering a stage for voices that might otherwise have been silenced. Redford nurtured this festival with unwavering dedication, often investing his own resources to ensure emerging filmmakers had a chance to be heard, reflecting his belief that art must be accessible, authentic, and unafraid to challenge the status quo. Through Sundance, he created a legacy that went far beyond his own career, fostering creativity, diversity, and innovation in the cinematic world. Friendship, loyalty, and the loss of dear companions also shaped Redford's life. The sudden death of Natalie Wood, the long illness and passing of Paul Newman, and the constant ebb and flow of relationships in Hollywood reminded him that even the brightest stars are mortal, and that those we love can leave us far too soon. Yet he carried these losses with dignity and resilience, allowing them to deepen his empathy and enrich his craft. His life was a testament to the coexistence of beauty and sorrow, joy and grief, fame and privacy. Even at the height of his public success, he remained grounded, insisting that art should reflect truth, no matter how uncomfortable, and that the measure of a life was not accolades or wealth, but integrity, courage, and the impact on others. Redford's legacy is immense, encompassing his extraordinary body of work as an actor and director, his tireless advocacy for independent cinema, and the countless lives he inspired. His fortune, estimated at nearly $200 million, pales in comparison to the spiritual and cultural wealth he bestowed upon the world through his art, mentorship, and philanthropy. The final act of his life, lived alongside Sybil Sagers, was marked by quiet reflection, companionship, and devotion, a time when the storms of the past met with the serenity of love and understanding. When he exhaled his final breath on September 16, 2025, it was in the peaceful solitude of the high desert, a place he cherished and called home, leaving behind family, friends, colleagues, and a global community of admirers who will forever remember not only the iconic performances, but the humanity, resilience, and creativity that defined his life. Robert Redford's life serves as a profound lesson in endurance, empathy, and the transformative power of art. He demonstrated that loss and creativity can coexist, that grief can deepen compassion, and that the pursuit of excellence is inseparable from the pursuit of truth. His films, his festival, and his personal example continue to inspire filmmakers, actors, and audiences alike, a testament to a life lived fully, courageously, and authentically. Through every story he told, every life he touched, and every artist he encouraged, Robert Redford's presence continues to resonate, reminding the world that true greatness is measured not by fame or fortune, but by the courage to rise, the ability to endure, and the commitment to leave the world better than one found it. He was not only the face of Hollywood's golden age, but its conscience, a man who transformed personal pain into art, who nurtured the voices of others, and whose life stands as a lasting example of love, resilience, and grace. In the hearts of those he inspired, in the generations of filmmakers he mentored, and in the countless audiences who felt the depth of his performances, Robert Redford lives on. His absence is deeply felt, yet his presence endures, echoing through time as a reminder that true brilliance comes from the courage to create, to endure, and to transform both life and loss into something beautiful, meaningful, and eternal. He will forever be remembered not just for the iconic characters he portrayed, but for the man he was, compassionate, resilient, visionary, and endlessly human. The story of Robert Redford is the story of a life fully lived, of a spirit that never surrendered, and of a legacy that will continue to illuminate the world of cinema and the hearts of all who seek to live with courage, love, and authenticity.